Hello Driver Radio fans, Richard Rush here today with my dad, John Rush behind the camera, and this is the long review of the 2016 Hyundai Tucson. This is their sport trim level, all-wheel drive. Comes in 4 trim levels, an SE, Eco, Sport, and their Limited, which is their top of the line. This car, as it sits right here, $28,000 and some change with the added options on it. Overall, really enjoyed driving this car. It's a nice full size, or I guess not full size, but it's in that crossover SUV market there that's competing with a lot of the manufacturers right now, and really they've done a great job on that. So let's take a quick walk around the car. One thing before we get walking too far, we're actually going to go right into the rear of this vehicle, into the trunk, and show you the automatic lift gate that is on here. So again, as you can see the front of this vehicle, again, what they've done, I love the look of it. Some of you are going to say, well, it just looks like a normal vehicle. It does, but I love what Hyundai has added here. They've added this LED strip right here. In the Limited, you can get full LED headlights. Let me read this, some of what comes on the sport model here, trim package. 19-inch wheels, which you just saw, hands-free liftgate, keyless entry and ignition, heated front seats, and new safety technology, which we'll talk about in the driving portion. One thing I do want to point out, this is an all-new model for Hyundai. So the Hyundai Tucson all-wheel drive, it's just absolutely fantastic. I don't know how else to say it. Something that Hyundai has done is they've actually added, or what they've done with this Tucson, is the fluidic sculpture, and I'm going to say that one more time, fluidic sculpture 2.0, and that's really fancy terms for how they've designed the car, the body lines that they've added to this vehicle, and essentially what they've done to enhance this car, and this SUV, I should say. You can see again the nice dual exhaust tips over here. As you notice, I'm not too close to the vehicle, partially because I've got the key fob in my pocket, and something which, and I'll say Ford, what Ford has done, and a lot of you know on their Escape technology, is being able to get to the trunk of the car here and put your foot underneath the trunk, and it actually lifts the tailgate there. Well, with this vehicle, and with Hyundai and Kia, what they have done is that as long as you have the key fob in your pocket, you're away from your car for a certain period of time, you come up to it, you can hear the beeping, it beeps 4 times, actually 5 times. On that 5th time, it actually raises it. So let's say if you've got a handful of groceries, I actually did this last night with my wife, we had a handful of groceries, came around to the back side, just got close to it, lifted up. It was amazing not having to, fiddle with your foot here or a hand, or even, try and get your hands free and push a button there, or even fiddle for the key fob. It's really nice to do that. And something else to note, the rest of the car is still locked, so you don't have to worry about compromising security for the rest of the car while you're loading the trunk. So with that, we're going to just go right into the trunk space here really quick. On this back, and I want to make sure I get my measurements right, 31 cubic feet of trunk space with these seats folded up. With these seats folded down, you get 61.9 cubic feet, which is a lot of space. And as you guys can see, there's a lot of space back here. Underneath here, you have the spare tire along with jack, and again, some other storage down here that you could use if necessary. There's some, actually it's over here just on this side, there is a power connector there, so if you needed to stick something back here, maybe a cooler, you do have the capability of doing that. There's a lot of room back here. You could fit a golf bag, you could fit 2 large carry-on bags, or large checked bags if needed. Really quite a bit of room here. So with that, actually, let's take a quick drive. We'll come back, go through the back seat, front seat, and then I'll give you my opinion of the 2016 Hyundai Tucson. All right, friends, we're here for the driving portion. Going to go through a little bit of the interior that it's hard to get from the other side before we actually get going. Going to point this out, the 5-inch screen, which is for the SE, Eco, and Sport trim levels. The Limited will get the nice full 8-inch screen. Really am a fan of this. It works really, really well. Gives you a lot of physical buttons to do what you need to, but it's also a touch screen as well if you need to. So definitely a very nice, handy feature. One thing my wife pointed out, we're actually in the market here for a new car. She said that the one thing that has to have, she loves all the technology, has to have a physical volume knob and a physical tuning knob. And so Hyundai, 2 thumbs up from us in order to do that, because you are able to do it. Love the Hyundai Bluetooth system, works really, really well. It's hard to show you, but again, you have full customization ability with the, I guess, kind of the center display system here, kind of in between the tachometer and speedometer. So we're going to put this into reverse really quick. Even on this 5-inch screen, you do have the ability to see the rear view camera, as well as the grid lines, and you'll notice they do have a dynamic grid line on it, we like to call it, and some other manufacturers do as well. Just helps you to see where the actual car's going, and it seems like it would be hard to see out of with this little 5-inch screen. It actually isn't. Very, very easy to use, very simple to operate. So let's get driving here. One thing I will comment here before we get too far: the quietness of this car. Is it the most quiet crossover out on the market? No, it's not. But it is the loudest, not by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, definitely had very easy conversations, simple conversations, not only with my wife, but some of our good friends in this car. You didn't have to yell, you don't have to be overly loud in order to be heard. A very smooth operation. Again, this car is, as it sits right here, under $30,000. Even if you get into the limited, where you're going to be in the mid-30s for a fully decked out limited model, again, that's not a whole lot of money. The average price per car these days is about $33,000. So you're below that with this vehicle, and you get a lot more features than you're getting on a lot of other engines. Let's grow, well, engines, sorry, a lot of other vehicles, but engines really quick. This comes equipped in the Eco Sport and limited trim levels with the 1.6 liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine, and man, does this thing work. Don't know how else to say it, but you get on it, and I'm going to do so right now, and you take off. And it actually, what's funny is my wife and again, one of our good friends, they were sitting in the back seat, and we were taking off from a stoplight, and she was like, man, I actually just got put into the back of my seat from this vehicle. Miles per gallon, and I'm going to quote the manufacturer here really quick, you're able to average 24 between 28. We've actually been able to average 26, 27 with highway and city driving. So definitely comfortably fuel economy wise to average a very, very high number for 4 full-size adults, plus a lot of cargo in the back seat. Definite fans of that. So actually, there's not a whole lot more to talk about with that. You do have automatic light control. One last thing I did want to add, but with that, let's head back. I'll take you through the interior, and then I'll give you my opinion of the 2016 Hyundai Tucson Sport all-wheel drive. All right, fans, we're back from the driving portion. Normally we go into the tailgate in the rear of the car, but we've already done that, so we're just going to hop right into the back seat. Before we do, as we always say, and you may be sick of it by now, but we're still going to say it, that is, get out, drive these cars yourself, experience it, what these cars have to hold for you personally and you as a family. So we're going to hop into the back seat here. Actually, I'm going to unlock it first. I forgot, since we normally don't do that. So quick 2 taps, unlocks it. As you can see, I'm going to stand back really quick. You can actually see this passenger seat is farther back than the other, than the driver's seat, I should say. So it's not an exit mode or anything there, but this is very close to all the way back, if not all the way back. I'm going to hop in. As you can see, I'm about 5'9", 5'10", and I've still got a solid 4 inches of room here, which is really, really impressive for this car. They've added some length and a little bit of width to this vehicle for this model year. As we all said, this is all new for this model year. They've changed a lot of the features. There's not a lot of soft touch around here. All of this is plastic. There's a little bit of soft touch right here. Some people will complain about it. A lot of the other reviews you read online will complain about that. To us personally, not a huge issue, to be honest with you. There's no vents here in the middle. There's no sunroof. There is a heated, or not heated, but there's a pocket right here. You do have cup holders here in the center console, which we'll see you can get. Again, nothing too fancy here. But again, this car is under $30,000. You will comfortably be able to fit 2 full-size adults plus a decent-sized passenger. By the way, weight-wise, I'm about 240, 5'9", 240, and I'm fitting in here very, very well. I have broad shoulders. No issues there at all. In order to slide out, some of you women like to know this, right here, very nice slant, can very easily do that without worry of getting out and having to feel awkward or anything of the sort. Very, very nice, very, very capable. So with that, let's head to the front seat and I'll meet you around on the other side. All right, fans, one thing we wanted to do real quick was show you what it looks like with this second row seat partially folded down. And to give you some perspective, I'm over here, kind of just greeting you guys here. There is no hump, It goes nearly flat. There is a little bit of an angle right here, but again, gives you, it gives you the added additional 30 cubic feet of cargo space on top of the already 30-some cubic feet that you have in the back right here. So for perspective, you can see you've got probably a solid 4 or 5 feet here of cargo space room, which really is very impressive. So just wanted to throw this little tidbit in there for you. Alright everyone, here's the front seat interior portion, and try and give you a little bit of the features we were able to walk you through during the drive. As you can see, this does have, or not as you can see, but very nice seats right here. Nothing as far as dual trim or anything as far as that goes. I do like what they've done with the stitching here, kind of on the center of the seats. Gives it some nice character as far as that goes. We pointed out in the back seat, just wanted to show you in the front seat. The only soft touch you're going to have is right where your elbow might rest if you are the passenger. Same over here on the driver's side. Not a lot of soft touch up here. This is the 5-inch screen that comes standard on the SE, Eco, and Sport models. If you jump up to the limited trim level, you're going to get a big 8-inch screen, which we are definitely fans of. We've had in other cars and other reviews that we've done for Hyundai. Very simple system to operate. Again, we showed you a little bit this in the drive. I love that the tune knob and the volume knob are accessible. This does not have dual climate control. Nothing major, but just something to be aware of. It does have the heated seats right here. The defroster is available. It does have a defrosting window in the back. You have two 12-volt power outlets right here, along with an auxiliary and a USB port right there. You have different driving modes. You have a sport mode, an eco mode, a normal mode. You do have downhill descent control. So if you're off-road, especially here in Colorado, definitely a great feature and a very nice feature to have. You have all of your ability to control your volume and your cruise control and your telephone, whatever, right from your steering wheel. Definitely a great added feature to it. Overall, really do enjoy this car. As you can see, there's not a whole lot of buttons on here. On the Sport model, I'm going to read from my cheat sheet here. I want to make sure that we get this correct. Part of the Sport safety package is blind spot monitoring and rear cross traffic alert. And for those of you that don't know, that means if you're in reverse, it will actually tell you if the car is coming from what side. It will actually buzz at you from which side to let you know. So with that, let's hop out and I'll give you my opinion of the 2016 Hyundai Tucson. Alright fans, here's our opinion of the 2016 Hyundai Tucson. This is all, they've redone this for the 2016 model year. Really impressed with it. We are huge fans of what Hyundai and Kia are doing as far as the technology and the standard features on a lot of these vehicles. We mentioned on here the power liftgate. That's something that's big for us. A lot of you ask what a price range is for the Tucson. The SE base level, you're going to start at $22,000. For a high-end top-level limited, that's including all-wheel drive. It's including their 1.6-liter turbo engine and the ultimate package that they call. You're going to top out at $35,000, which again, for a crossover SUV, it's very hard to beat, especially with what you're going to get on the interior of this vehicle. And we encourage you to get out and experience these vehicles. But overall, really impressed. It's very hard to beat for the price, all the different features that you get on, again, not only this car, but all of the other vehicles in Hyundai and Kia's lineup. Definite fans of that. We truly are. Actually met a guy the other day that switched his interest from a Mercedes-Benz S-Class to a Hyundai Equinox as far as his everyday go-to car. He's been buying Mercedes for years, and if that tells you anything about Hyundai and Kia and where they're coming from, that's it. And they have really upped their game and stepped them up. So in our opinion, 2 thumbs up on this car. Really do enjoy it. If you want to learn more about this vehicle, head to Hyundai's website, and also head to your local Hyundai dealer and tell them that John and Richard Rush from Drive Radio sent you. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to our latest video. We really appreciate you listening and watching, and we really do appreciate all the comments that you do have. If you'd like to learn more information, not only about this review, but our other car reviews that we've done, head to our website, www.drive-radio.com. Also head to our Facebook page, facebook.com/driveradio. And last but not least, where you can watch all of these other reviews, head to youtube.com/driveradio, all one word, or in the YouTube search bar, Drive Radio. We have a lot of other content on there, and we look forward to you heading there. Again, checking us out, leaving your comments, and if you're interested in any of these cars, head to your local dealer and tell them that John and Richard Rush from Drive Radio sent you. Thanks, and have a great day, night, and just enjoy yourselves. Thank you so much.